Hola, welcome. Good to have you here. In this lesson, we're going to talk about power chords. It's going to follow along with the power chord lesson on my website, robhig.net. End of shameless plug. So let's just dive into this thing here. Power chords are extensively used in rock and roll music. They're a good thing to have in your toolbox. They consist of the first and fifth notes of any given scale. So the G, if I go up 5 notes in the key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I land on a D. So a G power chord, like that, or you can play it like that, same thing. I'm playing the 3rd fret of the E string, the 5th fret of the A string. And that is a power chord, consisting of G and D. Now if I go down one string here, notice the same shape. This note is C, so this is a C5, or C power chord. I jumped ahead a little bit there. In music, when you see these written in music, they're going to be written as alphabet letter or pitch note 5. So this is a G5, this is a C5. Now another thing I can do with these power chords, these are really double stops. They're really not chords because they don't contain 3 notes. They only contain 2. But I can add the octave of the root to any of these chords. So now in this chord I have 3rd fret of E, 5th fret of A, 5th fret of D, and the 5th fret of D, and the 3rd fret of E are the same note. They're G. So this is G, D, and G again. So that's another way to play a G5 power chord. And then I can move this whole thing down here to play a C5 power chord as well. But now when I cross the B string is tuned differently. So when I go there, let's see, I'll do it with the G chord here. So I use that octave of the G. So there's my G, there's my D, but now my G's, the next G is not located here, it's located here. So my shape is this. So instead of being fret 5, 7, and 7, which is a pretty chord, but it's not a power chord, it's 5, 7, and 8. Now if I move over here, it gets even, it's different again. Because now the B string is tuned differently, but the relationship from B to E is the same. So now here's C, here's G, and I'll just fold my pinky down for the next C. So as you play this chord going up and down, or no, going this way across the neck rather than this way, you basically have 2 shapes. You have this shape that lends itself on the G, E, A, and D, is the same as on the A, D, and G strings. But then we have to make up for it here, and then we do have a different shape here. So those are your basic power chord shapes across the whole guitar. You can play these power chords anywhere you want. You need to know where the roots are. So if you want to play, you got to know that this is G, A, B, and C. Those are the notes on the fretboard. Those are your roots. Therefore, these are your chords. And again, they're neither major or minor. That would be major and minor. G major, A minor, B minor, C major. But if I just do those as power chords, and that allows the melody, whether it's a vocal or any other instrument, to go back and forth between major and minor, or, you know, so they have the freedom to do that over these chords. In the lesson on the website, we also go through the double stops, and I'll go through them real quick. So that's just that one. That's the G. Here's C. Here's G again. Notice it's still the same shape. But now here's C, we crossed the B string, so I got to change my shape. And then here's E again. I'm sorry, there's C again. C and G. And now if I want to do G and D, like that. So those are the shapes across the neck for the double stops. By the way, a little technical advice. When you're playing this chord, notice that I have those strings nicked out. I'm doing that by touching with this part of this finger as I come across. When I do this chord, I'll do the same thing. I'll double these strings out with the back of my finger over here. But notice, and this is something you should know to do as a guitar player anyway, I'm going to just lightly touch the E string. I'm not going to finger like this. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just touch that string. So that gets linked out as well. So that way, I'm going to hit the whole guitar and you're only going to hear three notes. Three notes and a couple of clicks. There's an old song in the lesson, an example, the Holiday by Green Day, which is one of those songs that you can listen to. It's primarily all power chords. It goes from F to D flat to A flat to E flat. So these root notes are F, first fret of E, D flat, fourth fret of A flat, fourth fret of E flat, sixth fret of A. So the power chords just follow the roots. That was the wrong chord. That wasn't in that song. Anyway, there's a full transcription of the chords on my website if you want to learn the whole song. It's there for you. One beautiful variation of the power chords was brought to us by Jimi Hendrix years ago in a song called Wind Cries Mary. And in that song, what he did was, these chords are E flat, E, and F. E flat, E, and F. There's our power chords. But what Jimmy did was he doubled this note. So he put the fifth note on the bottom. So we had a 4-note power chord instead of just 3. So what am I doing? I'm playing the first chord is the 6th fret of the E and the 6th fret of A, followed by the 8th fret of D and the 8th fret of G. You get that beautiful, beautiful sound. So, you can also mute these chords with palm muting. Do anything you like with them. They're very handy. They're a big part of rock and roll. And that will conclude today's lesson. Thank you so much for being a part of it. See you again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.